Eriwo ya, eriwo ya, eriwo ya. Ayagbo, ayato, ayaje, ayamu. Ọmọ eriwo sinkpe. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode where we dive deep into the understanding of African spirituality so that we can have more tools, more things that we can apply to our life in order to live a healthy spiritual life. Health is our wealth. And when our mind is healthy, our body is healthy, and our soul is healthy, we can experience the optimum level of our life that we're supposed to be experiencing. Today, we're going to talk about a very important component of our spiritual health, and that is our Ori. Ori is a word in Yoruba that refers to your head. The head, not just in a figurative context, but in a literal context as well. The Ori is much more than the head, though. And not all words can really translate into English. So it's going to take this whole session today to explain what this one simple word Ori means, because it means more than the physical head. It means more than a figurative concept of the head, but it is a vast concept that is essential to our spiritual health. The Ori is located on the top of our head. It's a very special place. Even when a baby is born, this part of the head of the baby is very, very special from that moment. In other cultures, they may call it the crown chakra, but this center of our head we call the ori, and it is where our spirit travels in and out, up to Olodumare, to the Almighty Creator, and back down into our physical body. And this spot on our head is the center of who we are. Because without our ori, we cannot exist in this physical body, physically and spiritually. The ori is very, very important. The ori is what tells the mind what to do. If you ever thought, how do I have a thought? How are my arms moving? How are my legs moving? How am I able to think? All these things are controlled by the ori. The ori is a combination of our conscious mind and our subconscious mind as well. The ori brings together many components of who we are that make us our full physical and spiritual being. Ori is also referring to the physical head as well, because our physical head is equally as important for our blessings, for our functioning, for our ability to do any and everything we need to do. So when we refer to the ori, we're referring to the physical head, we're referring to that very special center of our physical head, we're referring to our conscious mind, we're referring to our subconscious mind, and we're referring to our soul as well. Our soul exists within our ori. It spreads all throughout our body, and our ori is the center of the soul. So anything that is dealing with our soul has to start with the ori. Our soul is something that can leave our body. When it leaves our body, it leaves through the ori. The soul of other things in this universe can enter our body. When they enter our body, it enters through the ori. The ori is the portal to the outer realm. The ori is the portal to the inner realm, sometimes at the same time. There can be moments where your ori will leave you, or I should say your soul leaves you, and another soul can enter. Our ori is a very sacred place that we must always be conscious and aware of for our groundation in life. The ori is essential because it brings together all of these components, the physical, the soul, the conscious, the subconscious, all in one moment. So therefore, our ori is something that we have to take very good care of. And that's something that we're going to be talking about today. All over the world, people adorn their ori. They take care of their ori. They allow their ori to be the centerpiece of their beauty. They allow their ori to be showed off to the world, for it to be admired, for it to be loved on, for it to be cultivated. The ori is something that all over the world people celebrate, because we all know you cannot live without your head. The head is what tells the rest of the body what to do. As we said earlier, but what tells the head what to do? That's the ori. Whenever we have a thought that we don't want to think, it's our ori that will jump into our mind and remove that thought. whenever there's a thought that we want to have, but we cannot see it in our mind. It's the ori that we connect to that will then put that thought into our mind. Therefore, the ori is essential in our building, rebuilding process because our thoughts are what make up our existence. The things that we think are going to shape our reality. So it's very important that we are in control of our thoughts, and it's very important that we are in control and in communication and communion with what is controlling our thoughts, and that is the ori. The ori is something that forms in the womb before all the other components of the body form. That lets us know that we cannot do it without the ori. The ori attracts all the things necessary for it to have success when it comes to the earth. And so we honor that the ori is essential, and we also honor that the ori needs support in order to carry out this powerful, powerful destiny. So when we work with our ori, we must also work with the components that the ori needs to be successful. The first thing that the ori needs to be successful is that it needs to be in communication with the body. If you ever feel that you feel disconnected from who you are, if you ever feel that your mind is not doing what you want it to do, that your mind is not thinking the thoughts that you want to think, then that means your ori needs spiritual attention so that your mind and body and soul can all be connected at all times. Through our Ifa spiritual practice, our Orisha spiritual practice, we work with the ori so that the ori can be in contact with the mind, the body, and the soul. We give offerings to our ori so that our ori is well fed. We give offerings to our ori so that our ori has what it needs in order to carry out its destiny and to fulfill its functions. The first thing that we give to our ori is prayer. Every morning, we hold our head and we pray to our ori. We call the ori and we ask the ori, Ori, guide me on my path today. Put me in alignment with my destiny. Allow me to attract everything I need in order for my destiny to be fulfilled. May I be able to reject negative forces, negative energies, and negative thoughts. Anything that is not in alignment with my destiny, I ask my ori to reject and keep those things away. May my ori allow me to assist others in accomplishing their destiny as well. This is a prayer that we say to our ori every morning. Before we pray to any orisha, before we pray to our egungun, our ancestors, we must first pray to our ori that our ori can guide us and take us to the place that we need to go. The ori is something that is also very important in order for the orisha, for our ancestors, to be able to work with us. Many times we are asking the orisha to support us in certain ways. We're making prayers to the universe for certain things to manifest in our life. But if our ori is not ready to receive these prayers, to put these prayers into action, then whatever the external force wants to do, it will not be able to do it. The Ori has to give consent for anything to happen because the Ori is the gatekeeper that protects and allows things to travel into our universe, into our physical and our spiritual space. So any prayer that we are saying to the Orisha, we must say it to our Ori first. After we communicate with our Ori, then we take that request to the Orisha. Then the two of them can work together to provide the things that we want to see manifest in our physical and spiritual reality. The Ori is very, very important in order for our blessings to manifest because it's through our Ori that we will be primed and ready to be able to experience our true destiny. Within Ifa culture, our understanding is that we were all born to fulfill a destiny. This destiny, something that we chose before we came to earth. When we arrived on earth, we begin working toward our destiny. But through the process of traveling to earth through the womb, we lose sight of what our destiny is. So we have very special rituals like the Esentaye and the Ikomojade that allows us to be able to begin having an understanding of what our destiny is. In this process, it's very important that the Ori is also firmly rooted upon the new being that's an infant, so that from the beginning, the Ori and the child know each other very well and are working together to fulfill the destiny. So all of the prayers that we say to our Ori as adults or young people, it must always be about fulfilling our destiny. Because through fulfilling our destiny, we will experience the greatness of our life. If we try to follow someone else's destiny, then we will miss our mark no matter how blessed our experience appears to be, because we have not yet experienced what it is that we were supposed to experience. No one can tell you what your destiny is besides your Ori and Ifa and Olodumare. They all work together to be able to keep track and keep us on track so that we can fulfill the destiny we were born to fulfill. So when you pray to your Ori, you should speak to it as if you're speaking to your destiny directly. Imagine your destiny now has a physical representation, an image, and you can talk to your destiny. Sometimes we even refer to our Ori as our destiny. Speak to your destiny, ask your destiny to put you on track with itself. Ask your destiny to reject and drive away things that are not in alignment with what your destiny is. These are the prayers that lead to our wealth, that lead to our relationship life, that lead to our children and the blessings of our children. These are the concepts that are essential in order for us to have a healthy spiritual life. Speak with your Ori, speak with your destiny, and be clear that our life is about learning what our destiny is, being in alignment with our destiny, and going through the day-to-day struggle to be able to stay in alignment with our destiny. And our Ori is essential in making this happen. Within Ifa culture, we appease our Ori. We give offerings to our Ori. We cleanse and refresh our Ori. We have many, many rituals that we use. It's very important to understand that there are two things within Ifa culture that we do not do for ourselves. One is appeasing our ori. We go to someone else that is trained in the ori, in the arts of the ori, to appease our ori for us. You want to receive that blessing coming through another upon yourself. We do pray to our ori every day, but when it comes to giving offerings to our ori, appeasing our ori, we go to someone that can provide that spiritual blessing for us. And again, it's not the person doing it, but the person is the conduit for Olodumare to come to bring that blessing. The second thing that we don't do is we don't do ebo for ourselves. Now, people use the word ebo throughout the diaspora in various ways. In this context, I'm referring to the prayers that are said on the Opon Ifa when we are doing the offerings connected to a reading. This is not something we do for ourselves as well. When it comes to appeasing your ori, there are various things that we can give. Obi, kola nut, is one of the most fundamental things. Agma, coconut, is one of the most fundamental things. Oti, liquor, is a fundamental thing as well. These are the foundational things that we give to our ori for it to be fortified, for it to be blessed, and for it to be able to have the energy to help us to fulfill our destiny. There are other offerings that we give. And when you work with your babalawo or ianifa or olorisha, you will speak with them about what the other offerings that are possible. Whatever that the priest or priestess that you work with is able to use, it's important that you utilize those services because the ori is the most essential component of our spiritual practice. Without the ori, then the body and the spirit cannot do what it needs to do. So it's essential that our ori is well taken care of. If anyone ever needs ori services, that's something that you always can contact me for. The ori is something that you don't have to physically be present in order to be blessed. You can utilize the items that I mentioned. You can apply them to your ori as someone is saying the prayers for you in order for that spiritual energy to be transferred to you. So don't feel that you're limited to have your ori worked with based on who is in your physical space, in your city or state or country. You have to work with someone that is trained that can send those blessings from far into your ori while you apply the things to your ori. The ori is essential in our spiritual practice. The ori exists in more than one place. As we said, it's the center of who we are. But the ori works with various other parts of our body and our soul in order to do its work. And another powerful, essential place that our ori is connected to, works with, and is considered another ori is right in the center of our stomach. The belly button is another portal for the ori. The belly button is a powerful, powerful spiritual place. It comes from when we were in the womb and the umbilical cord was connected, and we were downloading, receiving, and taking in all the things that the baby or infant takes in through that umbilical cord. That is a portal. And that portal we continue to work with all throughout our life. You know when someone says that they have a gut feeling about something, they're speaking of the ori that exists in the middle of their stomach. Even in Yoruba culture, when we want to ask for something from deep within inside of us, we say we are asking from our stomach. Similar to how in Western culture we'll say from the bottom of my heart. In Yoruba culture, we say from the inside of my stomach, I'm asking you, I'm coming to you. Even that's how we pray to the Orisha. Now, I'm coming to you from the inside of my stomach, deep. That means that it's something that's very, 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 very important and sincere. Our Ori exists within our stomach as well. These 2 points connect to each other. And when they are well connected, that's when we feel a powerful alignment that is essential for our spiritual health, our mental health, and our physical health as well. All over the world, again, people will use the powerful place within the belly button to do many things. Many cultures say that's where their spiritual energy is emitted from. Some cultures say their chi or is coming from that center part of who they are. So it's something that's well known, but just is not talked about enough in the West. But through our Ifa Risha spiritual practice, it's very, very well explained that we must always work with our Ori in order for us to have the blessings that we are seeking and looking for in our life. The Ori is essential for our spiritual health, wealth, and well being. As we take care of Ori, we also have an object that we take care of that we call Ile Ori. This object is a very essential component of our spiritual practice. The Ile Ori can look many different ways, but the inside all contains the same sacred and secret tools that we use for our spiritual, physical, and mental well being. The Ori, as we said, exists within us. However, this Ile Ori is an object that exists outside of us. This object tethers to the Ori to give it more spiritual energy, more spiritual power, more spiritual blessings, and fortification. I like to use the example of the cell phone. The cell phone can only work to the extent that the component emitting the Wi-Fi can reach the cell phone to give its service. Without the Wi-Fi, without a cell phone tower, the cell phone is rendered useless. So our service is based on our connection to our Ile Ori. Our Ori can do well without an Ile Ori, but with this powerful Ile Ori, it acts as a cell phone tower for the cell phone. It acts as a Wi-Fi router for the Wi-Fi, allowing for even more service, more connection, and more possibilities. The Ile Ori is essential. It's a very, very beautiful part of our spiritual culture, very, very beautiful spiritual tool. And it's something that we utilize for our upliftment, spiritual groundation, and for our Ori to be strong. As we talk about our Ori today, it's so very important that we don't just hear this as information, but we actually apply this to our life. That we have our Ori taken care of by trained professionals, that we pray to our Ori every day. It's very important to seek out someone that can help you with your Ori. It's the service that I provide with my organization, and it's something that others provide as well. How do you know when it's time to get your Ori appeased or to give offerings to your Ori? It's time. It's something that we do regularly. The best kind of health practice is not to wait for something to go wrong, but to maintain your spiritual tools, with your ori being one of those spiritual tools, so that things don't have to get bad in order for them to get right. So you want to maintain your ori. You want to make sure that your ori is being well taken care of. Anytime you feel lost, anytime you don't feel grounded, anytime that you find yourself having trouble making decisions, anytime you feel that you aren't hearing the powerful voice of Olodumare, of the Almighty Creator, anytime that you're feeling disconnected, anytime that you don't feel in your body, that means that your ori needs to be appeased, that offerings need to be given, prayers need to be said, and the ritual of the fortification of your ori must be done. The ori is something that should be well taken care of. The ori is something that you can do once a month, every 2 weeks, once a week, just depending on your capabilities. But there should be some frequency. Shouldn't be once a year, shouldn't be every few months. It's something that should be done regularly. I would say I would advise at least once a month, so that you can continue to be fortified and grounded over and over again. Because again, your ori gives consent for all of your blessings to manifest. So if there's any things that's amiss with your ori, it's going to prevent the Orisha and Olodumare to bring you the blessings that you need. The conscious and subconscious mind is very important, very powerful, and it's very essential for the energy to flow through your body without any obstruction. And it's your ori that facilitates this. I encourage all people to have your ori well taken care of. Pray to your ori every day and allow your ori to put you in alignment with your destiny. When we pray to our ori, it's also a good time to celebrate our ori. So we sing songs that are for our ori, to uplift our energy, to uplift ourselves, and to show the gratitude to ourself, to our ori, to the spirit within inside of us. So we're going to sing some songs for our ori. These are songs that you can sing. These songs are songs of upliftment. These songs are songs of gratitude. These songs are songs to encourage the ori to continue showing me on my path and allowing me to be able to achieve the great destiny that we are here on earth to achieve. The first song sounds like this. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta, ẹnu wọn. 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 All right? So we're going to break it down. I'm going to point to you when it's your turn. I'm going to point to me when it's my turn. I'm going to say the song first, and then you'll repeat after what I say. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì, ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì, ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì, ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì, ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta, 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 ẹnu wọn. I'll say that again. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta, ẹnu wọn. Here you go. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta, ẹnu wọn. My turn. ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta ẹnu wọn. Your turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta ẹnu wọn. My turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta ẹnu wọn. Your turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta ẹnu wọn. Let's work on that middle part. Kórìpìtì àpáta. Just that part. Here I go again. Kórìpìtì àpáta. Kórìpìtì àpáta. The tongue twister. Kórìpìtì àpáta. Your turn. Kórìpìtì àpáta. Let's slow it down. Kórìpìtì àpáta. Your turn. Kórìpìtì àpáta. Good. Kórìpìtì àpáta. Your turn. Kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. All right, let's try. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Your turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. My turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Your turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Your turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Your turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. My turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Your turn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Now, the lead says only a part of what the chorus says. So you have to remember what to say as the chorus, because the lead will say kórìpìtì àpáta. Then you come in, ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Let's try. Kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. Kórìpìtì àpáta. O ẹnu wọn kórìpìtì àpáta. Ẹnu wọn. 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 Kórìpìtì àpáta. O ẹnu wọn. Kórìpìtì àpáta. 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 O ẹnu wọn. Kórìpìtì àpáta. 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 Ẹnu wọn. Very good. Now we're going to learn another song. This song is a little longer, so we're going to go through it little by little. Let me sing it for you one time. It says, Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. All right. So we're going to break this down. We're going to do call and response. That was what we were doing before. Here we go. Ori mi mo padà. Ori mi mo padà. Here we go. Ori mi mo padà. Your turn. Ori mi mo padà. 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 Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn. 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 All right, let's go to the next part. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. 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 It's a little tongue twister too. Let me do a little slower. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. 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 All right. Now the next part is the same words, but the melody just comes down a notch. So it goes like this. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Let me sing it again. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Your turn. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Ori mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. All right. Now there's a middle section that's a little different. We say, ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. 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 Let's work on that. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà. My turn. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà. Your turn. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà. My turn. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. 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 Very good. The last line says, orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Just like the beginning. But you notice the melody. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Say it again. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Okay, let's go back. Call and response. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Your turn. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. From the top. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Your turn. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kì í padà lẹ́yìn oṣù. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi o. Orí mi mo padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn Ọ̀ṣun, orí mímọ́ padà lẹ́yìn mi, orí mímọ́ padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mímọ́ padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn Ọ̀ṣun, orí mímọ́ padà lẹ́yìn mi. That is great. Everybody sounded so wonderful. So, the songs are so important to our spiritual practice. The reason why we teach songs every time is because the song is the way that we are able to express ourselves, to call the Spirit, to affirm the Spirit's energy, and to allow ourselves to step into another spiritual realm through the power of melody, harmony, and rhythm. Through the music, we experience a magical component of our spiritual practice that we don't experience through only prayer alone. So I encourage everyone, whenever you pray, always accompany it with song. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ mi kàdé pé oṣù, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi o, orí mi má padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ìràwọ̀ kí padà lẹ́yìn oṣù, orí mi padà lẹ́yìn mi. Ó ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ó ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ó ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ó wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu 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 wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ó ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ó ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu kúrìbìrì àbádà, ó ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ó ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbádà, ẹnu wọn kúrìbìrì àbàtà ó ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà ó ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà ó ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà ẹnu wọn kórìbìrì àbàtà